Hello and welcome to How to Tune Your Violin. So a couple things before you get started with this. You're going to want to tune your violin quite often. In fact, you're going to want to tune it before you play every single time. So I tune my violin almost every single day because I'm teaching every day. You might tune your violin 3 to 5 times per week. So make sure that you are tuning very frequently. And once you get a hang of tuning, it only takes a couple minutes. For me, it just takes a minute since I'm so used to tuning my own instrument. So let's get started. You're going to want to have some form of a tuner, something that helps you tune your violin, because it's hard unless you have perfect pitch to do it on your own. So if you have a piano in your house, this works really well. You can play the note first and tune the violin string to that note. Or what works really well for string instruments is getting a tuner like this one. This is called a Korg. Otherwise, there is an app that is free that you can get on your phone, and that's called Tuner Lite. And I'll make sure to post these tuners on the class page so that you can see them as well. So for my tuner, if you see the green light up in the middle, that means it's in tune. If you see one of these red lights light up for a long period of time, that means it's out of tune. So when I'm tuning, if I see that this line right here is in the middle, then that means it is in tune. If it is on this side, it is low. The string is low and it needs to be tightened. If it is on this other side, it needs to be loosened because it's too high. So let's get started. You're going to want to set the violin down on your lap or on your leg so that the strings are facing you. This is gonna let you have the best grip of the violin and the best control when you're tuning. You can get your tuner out, or like I said before, have a piano by you. And we're gonna first tune the G string. So you're gonna pluck the G string. And as you can see here, the green light was on most of the time and the line was in the middle. So that means that my G string is quite in tune. So if it's in tune, you don't have to do anything to the string. The next string we're going to be tuning is the D string. And if you are confused about where these strings are, I have a picture for you on the class page so that you can see where all these strings are when you're tuning. Let's try the D string. So you're gonna pluck it. And as you can see, when I plucked the D string, it was on this side, which means that the D string is low. So I'm gonna need to tighten it. And there are 2 ways to tighten a string. The first way is if you go all the way up the string, you're going to find the tuning peg. And the tuning peg is for when you need to really tune the string. It's very much out of tune. And what you're going to do if you want to tighten the tuning peg is you're going to grab it with both of your fingers, so your thumb and your first finger, grab the tuning peg, and you are going to push it away from you and also push it into the scroll, which is this wooden part, at the same time. So as you can see, I'm going to do that. I'm pushing it away with my thumb and also pushing it in. And I just tightened the string. If I wanted to loosen the string, I would go the opposite direction. So you could pull it back towards yourself. So if my string is only a little bit out of tune, you don't have to use the tuning peg. Instead, you can use the fine tuner. So for the fine tuner, if you want to tune with the fine tuner, you put your violin up in the regular tree position. And then you're going to find the fine tuner that is on that same string. And if you want to tighten it, you're going to turn the fine tuner clockwise 3 or 4 times. You don't have to be as careful with the fine tuner as you were with the tuning peg. If you want to loosen it, you turn it counterclockwise or left, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, 3 or 4 times. So as you can see, it doesn't do much, but if you have a very, very small tuning issue, it's only a little low or a little high, then you can use the fine tuner. I want to show you one more string just to solidify what you've learned so far. So I'm going to tune my A string. So I'm going to look at my tuner and I'm going to pluck my A string. So for the most part, the A is in tune, but it was going a little bit to this side over here, which means that it is sharp or too high. So then I would need to loosen it. And it's not very out of tune, so I don't need to use my tuning pegs, but what I will use instead is the fine tuners. So I'll find that A string, go all the way up to the top where the fine tuner is, and because it was high, I'm gonna loosen it. So I'm gonna go left or counterclockwise. And let's see if that did the trick. Right there, right in the middle. All right, so I hope this helped. If you have any more questions, please reach out. I know tuning can be a challenge at first, but it does get easier with time and practice. So please let me know if you have any concerns or questions about tuning as well, and I'll see you in the next one.